When will everything bubble pop? The global debt and asset crisis nobody wants to talk about. In 2008, the world faced a financial meltdown unlike anything seen in decades. To stop the bleeding, then Federal Reserve Chair Ben Bernanke slashed interest rates to near zero. The medicine worked, temporarily. Cheap money kept the system alive. But over time, that same policy planted the seeds for what may be the largest global asset bubble in history. Fast forward to today, and the evidence is everywhere. Stock markets have soared to valuations detached from company earnings. Real estate prices in major cities have reached levels normal families can no longer afford. Cryptocurrency markets have swung wildly between euphoric highs and brutal crashes. Even non-traditional assets, paintings, rare wines, luxury watches, and collectibles, are trading at eye-watering prices, fueled not just by passion, but speculation. This isn't normal growth. This is a bubble. And bubbles always burst. A world drowning in debt. The foundation of this global, everything bubble, is debt. Governments are spending far more than they take in, creating endless cycles of borrowing. The US, Japan, China, and Europe are all deep in the red, with debt levels that surpass their total yearly economic output. Corporations gorged on cheap loans for stock buybacks and expansion. Households and individuals piled on credit card debt, mortgages, and student loans. The system has been running on cheap debt for so long that debt isn't the exception anymore, it's the engine. But there's one harsh truth about debt-fueled growth. Eventually, it hits a wall. The pressure points that could trigger the pop. There are 3 cracks in the system already visible, and each one could ignite the bursting of this bubble. 1. Rising interest rates. Cheap borrowing was oxygen for this bubble. But with rates climbing to fight inflation, that oxygen is being cut off. Mortgage payments are climbing, corporations are struggling to refinance, and governments are spending more just to cover interest than on actual investments. 2. Slowing economic growth. When too much money is borrowed today, tomorrow's growth is stolen. And now, tomorrow has arrived. Productivity is weakening, consumer spending is cooling, and warning signs of stagnation are flashing everywhere. 3. A collapse in confidence. All bubbles are built on belief. Belief that debt can be repaid, belief that assets will keep rising, belief that the system will hold. Once that faith cracks, whether in the stock market, housing market, or cryptocurrency space, the fall can be brutally fast. That's how it happened in 2000, and again in 2008. When will the bubble burst? Here's the reality. Nobody knows the exact date of a market crash. It could be next month, it could stretch for years. Central banks and governments have become experts at kicking the can down the road. But history is relentless. Every bubble in history has burst, from tulip mania to the dot-com boom to the housing collapse of 2008. And this bubble is bigger than them all because it isn't limited to one sector, it's in everything. What this means for you. The real question is not just when the bubble will pop, but how prepared will you be when it does? Investors banking on endless growth are standing on thin ice. Homebuyers paying peak prices may face regrets. Collectors who believe crypto, wine, or rare art will go up forever could be blindsided. This isn't fearmongering, it's historical reality. Bubbles don't deflate slowly or politely. They explode. And when they do, trillions in paper wealth can vanish in weeks. Final thoughts. We are living through what may one day be remembered as the everything bubble, a financial era defined by cheap debt, inflated prices, and unchecked confidence. But like every cycle before it, this one will end. The only unknowns are the trigger and the timing. So ask yourself, are you ready for the next financial crisis, stock market crash, or housing bubble collapse? Because history says it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next breaking news.